Hello, my name is Marie Lawrick, and I am a graduate student at Boise State University. Let's see, my Boise State University jacket. Yes, I'm third generation at Boise State. Actually, my grandmother took classes at BJC with education. My mother is an educator, and now I am following as a third generation in their footsteps. So I'm quite proud to be a third generation Bronco. I would like to thank them for being wonderful role models and for Boise State for having such a great educational college. I am in my process of going for my master's degree as a Master of Educational Technology. The things that I would like to introduce to you about myself is that I have been for several years in the corporate role in the industry of finance, education, and travel. The things that I bring with me into that is flexibility, and as a military wife, having learned to meet a lot of people, a lot of interesting situations, which has made me ideal for the curiosity of wanting to learn more about this particular degree. The things that I have learned, most especially with this degree, is how wonderful I can use technology and share it with others and help others to become more comfortable with technology and to use them in their classroom, to integrate it in the classroom. I've already earned my graduate certificate in integrating technology into the classroom. I plan to earn a second graduate certificate in online teaching adults. Without further ado, let's take a look at this 3-year journey that I have been on. This program has helped me be able to organize, find principles based on research evidence, to be able to bring all of that together to share scientifically and humanistically with others. And that's what I have really learned about this degree and about myself. The first class I ever took was 501 and 502, of course. That's where we all start. But I had a lot of catching up to do. I realized that there are a lot of theorists in education and a lot of theories. I had not been exposed to too many of them other than hearing about them or reading some of my mom's textbooks. And I have found one of my favorite themes that I've carried through all 3 years, and that is the framework by Mishra and Kohler on the TPAC, which is technology, content, learning, pedagogy, and bringing them all together both for teaching and for learning. And I've been fascinated with this framework ever since 501. I started out not knowing a lick of coding and starting with hand coding. I have some screens to show you. They're fairly rough as I started learning to hand code with 502 and used a lot of templates to learning to do my own hand coding. In fact, I really enjoyed interactive courseware design and learning to program in ActionScript. I also learned that the coding takes a long time to learn, not just the Flash program itself. So I do have some progression from basics of hand coding to Flash and ActionScript design to show you. The next thing that impacted me greatly was my online teaching course, which was an elective, but that had I learned a lot that technology can break down, and that was a very frustrating experience when I had my Moodle course break down on me not once, not twice, but 3 times. It was the fourth time that I was able to get up and running with the help of Barbara Schroeder and Nelson Bakura and many others who were very patient with me to be able to help me get up and running. I was very grateful to have taken 503 prior to that class. I think almost think, in my opinion, it should be a prerequisite. The the design features of that are so similar, but you really need to have firm foundation in that to be able to continue with the fast pace of that course, especially if you have any technical issues. And I was glad to have experienced them because I know what not to do, and I know that I can handle some of the frustrations that happens with students and help sympathize with them and be able to deal with some of those things as it comes up for learners, not just children, but also for adults. And I think especially adults, we get frustrated in different ways and show that, and be able to, as a teacher or support for instructors who are doing online courses, that to be able to be a subject matter expert in educational technology, be able to empathize and help out with those situations. That was a good learning experience for me, and I hope to pass that on and help others. The next big impact for me in this program has been being able to meld theory with what was instinctive to me and some of my corporate programs and training that I had put together over the years. I kind of never really had somebody sat down and do training and educational theories or anything like that sort. I kind of had just put things together, and having the educational theory and design and organization has made me much better facilitator and presenter of educational materials, instructional materials, especially guides and the next thing is being able to explore new avenues such as the interactive courseware and multimedia, and being able to use different programs and explore different ones, even if they were outside the recommended lists, and be able to play around with the software and coursewares and come up with different project outcomes and be able to show them off. So I would like to be able to show you some of the results that I have.
Can you keep a secret? You can do it! Yay! Ow! Come on, you can do it.
In 541, I researched theorist B.F. Skinner, who I found was very positive towards teachers and motivating students in learning. Contrary to popular belief from many others, I found this to be true because of his background in building equipment. Here are examples of some storyboarding. I felt like a little kid out on an adventure, looking for my inner technical writer. I have discovered her and put her to the test with Dr. Janet Worthington's grant writing course. Her course required self-discipline and time management to write every day and towards the end product. Whether it was taking notes in an interview with a stakeholder or creating the storyboard for the website, writing was invaluable. It was always involved. Researching for the sources for my grant project was very time consuming, but it opened my eyes to the wide possibilities that are still open even today for funding projects of educational value. This has imparted me enough to continue pursuing grant writing for the future in educational endeavors and to see if my mock grant can be turned into a real grant after all.
Be able to put to use all of these 3 years of wonderful training and background. Thank you very much for coming along this journey briefly with me, and I hope to see you in the future. Bye.